Good morning. Welcome to the QCIS channel, where you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. My name is Leon Jones, and today, what I'm going to talk about is, I call it the nucleus. The nucleus is where everything starts. It's like your command center. And I'm going to show you what a construction field office looks like. All right, right in back of me, this is the construction field office. Now, out here in the construction field office, what occurs out here? Well, these are some of our samples that we've tested. This is where we have our beams buried in the sand. But this is the construction field office. Most of them, they're comprised of trailers. Of course, that's my second office. That's my vehicle. Out here, this is wheelbarrows. These wheelbarrows, that's what we pour our concrete in. Now you see it's on blocks. And then right around it, it's our trash can. And this is, since there are no bathrooms here, we go right in the bathroom. But this is the field office. That's what it looks like. Of course, there's a meter out here. Frankfurt Light and Power. Where we get our energy. And the contractor, they always supply us with a trailer. It's in the contract. Trailer's a field office. Now, some field offices are in abandoned stores. I prefer the abandoned stores or empty stores or empty piece of property because it has everything there. Now, again, here's where we have all our samples and the entrance. It's a stone entrance. You gotta have an entrance. The stone entrance. Now, I call this the nucleus because this is where everything's taking place. This is what's on this site. See, it's stone. Contractor puts this down because in the contract it's required that we have a field office. Now, of course, some of us work out of our cars as well. When there's no field office, it just depends on the size of the project. But you see the field office. This is the outside. Now I'm going to take you inside the field office, show you what's inside. Follow me. All right. I call the field office the nucleus of everything because this is where everything starts. Okay. Right here, this table. This is where we have all of our meetings. The small table right here. And of course, again, we talk about quantities. These are some of the tickets I've been working on, and this is all the information. Again, this is part of inspection. Now up here, if you don't have plans, what we've done, we've taken our plans, we put them on a wall. This is the whole project. Okay, it's phase one of this project, all the way down. Then we have phase two of the project. So if you want to know where something is on the plans, I mean, this is the whole plan book taped up there. Now, if you don't have the greatest eyes, sometimes like mine, well, we even have a bigger set of plans. This is a full set of plans right here. Very important because you can see all the information on a full set of plans. Everything. You got your cross sections, get your under drain table. It's a huge set of plans right here. That's what they look like. Your plan and profile. This is everything. This is what's in the nucleus. This is where all the action takes place. This is where all the decisions are made. Then, what we have here are our files. Now, in these files, I'll show you, this is where all of our information is. This is where our dailies are. This is where everything. Now we have it. This is the contract. I'll try to get this one at the top open too. Come back to that one. But these are all of our projects. Okay, it's nothing in here right now, but this is all our file cabinets. Already you can see some things that have been put in it already. Here's another file cabinet. All of our projects. We separate everything into projects here. Here's the bridge. Okay. This is our storage area. This is where we keep all of our cleaning supplies. Because again, some of these offices, they're not clean. Now, this is where if they had a toilet, which they do, it doesn't work. But this is where we keep all of our boxes for our equipment. Because when a job is finished, they have to remove the trailer from the site. Here are our chairs. Now, here's where Rich sits. He's our supervisor. There's a computer in here. And right here, here's all the information that I have for the asphalt. This is the master information. This is right here, our construction schedule. This is our whiteboard. This also, it's our paper shredder. These are other files. This is right here. This is all our paperwork, our materials. This is what I use for what we call our payroll. I have to keep track of everything. Now, if I can get that other file cabinet open, I can show you how we actually do that. You know. And some of the tickets, these are our concrete tickets. A lot of quantity. And right here, this is generally, you see all these tickets up here? This is where I sit. Now, in this office, we have, that's our Wi-Fi router, that's our hotspot, and of course, these are all the tickets. You can see we've done a lot of them. All these envelopes, tickets right here. That's how everything works here. This is where all of our supplies are. This is where all of our testing equipment is. Of course, we have not one but two microwaves. Now, we use this microwave to basically cook our soil in, but this is all our testing equipment. Everything that you want to know. It's our collars. This is our sieves out here. And back here, this is another part of the office. The specs. But again, it's very important that you understand what a field office is, because this is where all of our information comes from. It's a command center. It's all the paperwork that we have. And we just tack it up there and we make copies. Of course, here's our printer. Okay, again, it's all our testing equipment, air meter, DCPs, buckets, slump cone, sand cone. This right here, we call this the casket. This is where our LWD is. Over here are all our forms where we make our beams. our sieves again. Okay, then we have propane tanks. This is what we use to cook off everything. This is a burner that we use to cook off everything. This is our paint. We use that. We use to mark things that we have to inspect. And something very important, and I'm a safety guy out here. This right here, these are earplugs, safety glasses, more safety glasses, safety sunglasses. Now, it's very important that you keep your office neat and organized. Now, try to keep everything organized. And the contractor is supposed to supply us with water. It's our water container. Okay, more paperwork, fire extinguisher. Okay, we have a refrigerator, and here's our other microwave, other file cabinet. And then, like I said, we got, again, this is everything that we have in our file cabinets. Again, we have extra file cabinets too. This black one over here, that's an extra file cabinet. But all right, I finally got it open. This is where we keep everything about the jobs. Now, something that I do. This is the bulletin board. Got to have a bulletin board on a construction job. Here's what I do: the payroll interviews. Now, this is very important. This sheet. I'm gonna show you what this sheet looks like when it's filled out. This right here is my payroll interview sheet. Now, what I do with this sheet, I write the name, and yes, that's my writing. I write the name of the job or the contract number, R. Contracts that have an R, that means roadway. Contracts that have a B mean bridge. E&B paving. And the date, that's the date where I did the interview. And the employee name, they give me their name, they give me what they do, and they give me what they make. And what I do, I'll file it in this cabinet. I mean, you see, this is file. This is where we keep all of our certs. You know, when we have meetings here, this is what we call our meeting minutes. Time we have a meeting, I usually don't sit in the meeting, but these are the people who sit in the meeting, our attendees, and this is what goes on in our meetings. And we record all of our meeting minutes. Again, this is our documentation to let everybody know what is going on. It's very important that you keep track. And by the way, these jobs do get audited. We also have our legal lease agreements. We have everything. And we keep everything in a file. Now, when the job is over, we clean out the files. All I'm putting, what I'm doing right now is putting something back in the file. That way, we have everything. That way you see where I got it, because wherever you pull something out, you got to put it back. This is our file right here. This is what a file looks like. Actual file. Keep everything Keep everything. You got public meetings out here. You got everything out here. It's you know, this is a big job. A big job. And again, this is like the major part. We do erosion control. These are all our erosion control reports. Put that back. But on a construction site, you got to have everything. These are all our specifications that we use. Now, I'll get back into the specifications again, so you'll see what I see, because a lot of people don't understand the specifications. Again, we keep all of our plans. That way, we see what's going on the project. This is all our paperwork. Here are all our plans again. More paperwork. Now, right here, this is what our catch basins. These are plans for what our inlets look like. I call them catch basins. Our testing equipment. Getting back here. Here are our envelopes. When we put a quantity down, we have it listed. Like, okay, let me get this out. These are our tests. Now, let me take you to our quantity sheet. Now, when we finish with our tickets, after we run the tape, we put them in these envelopes, and this is how we label them. And we put a certain tonnage in there, like they do 280, we put it right here, and then we initial it. The tests, we do the same thing. Tests are dated, they have what we call an R number, and these are beam breaks. Again here, we also have a checklist. These are all our tests that we do. These go in the site manager. Now for this, here's an adding machine. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this adding machine in just a minute. I'm going to take a quantity. I'm going to take a quantity and show you how we do a tape. Okay. Let me get a little light on here. Now, actually, this one doesn't hardly have any paper in it. I'll show you on my own adding machine. When I actually get into the tickets and the quantity, I'll definitely do that at home. Now, this is important. It's a sheet. Like I said, everything comes from the command center here. I call it the command center. This is all your item numbers from every job. We use CLN and PLN. Now, for Indiana is very strange with how they pay for items. Now, in Pennsylvania, we used to use this item. In the first item, 105, that's an important number because that's the spec. But I like using these numbers better. And there's also an item description. Now, that's very significant. And let me show you why that's significant. Let me pull these tickets off. Some of these are missing tickets. And I'll show you the envelopes that I made. Okay. So you'll know. These are all the envelopes that I made now. So, very important that you understand what I'm going to talk about. Because we have different jobs out here. Now, we have CLN and PLN. Now, where did I get this number from? I'm going to point out to you where I got it from. All right. It's structural. See what I did here? I put this is the contract number, 38221. 2000617, that's a project. Now we have PLN 035, CLN 031. The name of the material, structural backfill type 2. Now, I didn't fill out the station or anything. Now, there's a reason why I didn't do it. Because once we get all the tickets, I'll put all the information in and I'll show you what that looks like. Now, looking at this is our sheet, our master sheet. And you see all these numbers down here? These are the project numbers. Now, you have to be very careful when you are doing quantity, because you have some projects that have the same number. Now, there are a lot of numbers on this project. Like, here's project 200617. Now, here is where we get the CLN and PLN now. That number. Here is the PLN. PLN stands for plan line number, or project line number, project line number. CLN stands for contract line number. Now, sometimes they're the same and sometimes they're different. Now, in order to find the CLN and PLN of a certain project, you come to this sheet. Now, let's say if I want to find the fire hydrant, I'm going to remove it. So I'm going to go to the project, which is 2000617, and I'm going to go find the project line item number. This is where we get it from, which is 0002. That would go here on the envelope. And then 0021. That's our contract line item number. That goes right here. And then you would go and put the description of the material and the bid quantity. Usually the bid quantity is going to be in tons. It's going to be each, linear feet, square feet, could be square yards, cubic yards. It also tells you the unit of measure. LS stands for lump sum. SYS stands for square yards. There's each. So this is a contract. This is a unit, what we call a unit price or unit cost contract. It's not a lump sum contract. And it'll tell you right here, the unit price. This is how you read all the information. Like cubic yards, each, you have tons, pounds, and we use all of these material information, all this material information to pay out the contractor or pay the contractor. Again, you're working in the field office. This is the nucleus. Now I'll show you a tape that I ran, basically already completed. Now, why is all that important too? The line item numbers and everything. This is why it's important. You see right here, here's the date. Somebody already started that they placed this material. It's asphalt. 6/18/22. The contract number, R38221. And you write the name of the contract, SR28 Reconstruction. Then I put down the project because it's a different project. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. This is one project. Basically, both of these are the same project. But here's the contract line number, which is 046, and the project line number 047. And then I tell you what the name of the material is. And then I tell you where I took the material, the station. and that station and the description of that station. And then what I do, I total up all of the quantity until I come out with this quantity. That's in tons. Now this number over here is how many loads. And basically, what you do, you initial it, sign it. That's how you write up the ticket. Again, everything here when it comes to inspection is more than just being in the field. And then we go to the envelopes. Now some of these tickets, and there are a lot of tickets, like I said, aggregate. Again, also when it comes to meeting minutes, we have an agenda. What are we going to talk about? This was a recent meeting. In fact, this meeting was Monday. Very recent. So, before you have a meeting, you have to have some type of agenda. Just can't go in there and just talk about nothing. Go in there and talk about the problems, talk about how to resolve the problems, talk about design issues, and we record all the meeting minutes right here. This is what we do. These are the meeting minutes. And again, when you work in the office is the nucleus. And most of the field offices have everything that you need. Again, if you don't know what a construction schedule looks like, I'm going to give you bits and pieces. This is a construction schedule. This right here is information that we put down for our paper tests, although we put them in a computer. And of course, here's some tickets. These are aggregate tickets. Aggregate is stone. And in the office, here's an adding machine. In fact, I'll plug it up, show you how it works. What I do with this, there's not much ink in this, but basically I could take something, I'll give you an example. Normally, what we do, I always clear this out. No ink in. So, you might not be able to see it, but I'm going to take some numbers and add them up for you. That's what we do. This is how we get our tonnage right here. And this is actually being done for real here. No BS. And what I'm doing, I'm getting you all of our tonnage. All right, so now we got our tonnage. Now, how do I total it up? This is how I total up. Okay. And then once I total up, I clear it. And then I run the tape. Pull the tape out. That's how this works. And that's what we do when we work with tickets. Now again, this adding machine, it needs ink. And you got to make sure you reinstall it. I've already put new paper in it. And that's what goes on in the office here. You got these are rags, cleaning rags. Need new ink? Got new ink. Of course, got our waste buckets. We have file cabinets back here. This is where the inspectors sit. This right here, this is what we use. This right here looks like it's a chain. It's what we use for going out there, finding if something is hollow. Got our tripod, got our shovel. And again, this is what's inside the office. And this is, again, what's outside the office. And that concludes this topic on construction office field trailers. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for some social and political content, check out the 401 Talk Zone radio show on YouTube. Now, if you can't find the QCIS channel and the 401 Talk Zone radio show on YouTube, you can always check both of those channels out on Twitter. Now, for the QCIS channel, I take it out one step further since it's an educational channel. You can also find that channel on my LinkedIn page. And again, I thank you for viewing and listening to this content right here on the QCIS channel. On that channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious day.